morning to our wonderful viewers out there on this hump day. We definitely hope that you are ready for an amazing show today. I am not alone. My name is Robin Jones and I'm here with my co-host, Sia Clara. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, morning, Robin. I'm a bit sore and bruised. I had a bit of an embarrassing moment stepping out the shower this morning. I kind of slipped and I grabbed everything I could as I was going down, and there goes my shower curtain.
You are so clumsy, Sia.
Yeah, but accidents happen. Give me a break.
As long as you're okay, though.
Yeah, I'm in one piece. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, well, on that note of my unfortunate situation this morning, we will be right back. You are still tuned into the Capital Breakfast Show, where we bring you infotainment at its peak. Today we've got an amazing show lined up in store for you. We will be kickstarting it with fitness, moving on to an interview Robin did with a lovely Thelma about art, and then we'll be moving on to Nicola, where she talks about African Queen and their ranges. But that's not all.
That's right, and we'll be moving on to an interview which Maya did with Neo from the Josie Dress Walk, as well as another interview with How Well Do You Know Africa with Maxwell. Our first segment of the day would definitely be fitness. Please do enjoy.
And after workout, it's always important to stretch, reduces the risk of injury, and just gets the blood flowing back and bringing down the heart rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by sitting down on the mat. Okay, so we're going to be on our mat, and what we're going to do is putting one leg in, and try to grab the toes to the other side. Okay. Generally, we're going to hold the stretch for about 15 seconds. Just ensure that it's adequately stretched. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Switch over, other side. Just remember to breathe in and out. We're trying to bring the heart rate down. 3, 2, 1. Okay, the next one we're going to do, bring both feet together. You try and bring them in as close as possible and you push it down. Okay. Should feel it in the groin region. And 3, 2, 1. Time, okay, we're going to lie on our stomachs now. The next exercise we're going to do is we're pushing up and we're holding that position. Okay, so on the mat, lying on your stomach, and from there we're pushing both hands up and we're holding that position. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Three, 2, 1. So we lie on our backs now. And what you're going to do is lie with your arms to the side of you. Okay, so if I'm looking at you guys, my legs are going opposite way and I'm stretching. Try to get as far as you can, keeping your arm grounded at all times. Remember to still keep breathing in and out. Slowly we're bringing down the heart rate. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's switch over. So now you're looking in the opposite direction and the leg is going opposite. Make sure your leg goes as far as it can, keeping both arms grounded at all times. Feel it in the lower back. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. Back onto the feet again. The next exercise we're doing is we're keeping our feet shoulder width apart, putting your hands on the hip. You're just going to go from side to side. We're just stretching out the road. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now what we're going to do is going to lean onto the one side of the leg and you're going to stretch all the way down, holding that position. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch over, other side. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. The next exercise we're doing is taking your right arm, putting it behind your back, and you're pulling it further on. Okay, in that position, remember to breathe in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch over. Breathe in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the next one we're doing, you bring your one arm to the side and you try to push it in as much as possible. Okay, we hold that position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fine, okay, we go to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, breathing almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next stretch. We're going in circles, clockwise. Okay, now we go anti-clockwise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next one over there, you pop your one leg up, holding. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, on the side is 3, 2, 1. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and last one, we're going to be breathing in. When we come down, out. Okay, and the hands are going above there, we're breathing in. When it's coming down, we're breathing out. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go in and out. In and out. In and out. In, out. One more. In Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go for squats. We're going for 10 very slow ones. Just going to demonstrate how we're going to do it. So when we go down, we're breathing in and out. In and out. Okay, we're going to go for 10 repetitions. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. In and out. That's far. Come, far more to go. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. 3 more to go. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. 1 more to go. Breathe in and out. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're just hopping as if we're doing the road jump set. We're not going to do the motion with the hands. We're just going to keep the hands going loose so that the blood can circulate back through the body. Okay? So what we're doing is we're running and just letting it open up a little bit. So getting all the blood back into the arms. You're not trying to step, you're just trying to get all the blood back. You don't have to keep a certain place. The idea behind it is just to get the blood flowing back at the normal rate again. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you're just hopping slowly, you're just releasing it. One step. 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our arms behind our heads. The reason being is it opens the veins to the lungs so more oxygen can get through to the lung. So what we're going to do is once our hands are behind our head, we're going to breathe in and out. Okay, we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. 1 more to go. Breathe in and out. Okay. One important thing about stretching and your breathing is stretches the lungs. That's how you increase your fitness. So the more oxygen that's coming into the lungs, it stretches the lungs a bit more, and that's fitness so that you can endure more. Okay. I'm just going to have to split it back to more stagnant exercises to consider this level one. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down onto the floor, one leg up, holding there, and we're going to hold that position. Okay. So we're going to have to split it up. It's going to be too long, 4 minutes. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So one leg up, hold that position, 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's switch it over. Next what we're going to do, feet shoulder width apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to press our back in so that the pelvis is forward. Hold that position. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I'm going to hold that position. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now if you are fortunate enough to be training with a partner at your house, or you're doing it as a couple, here's a few exercises that you can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to pair up into twos. So you two together, we'll work together. Okay, what we're going to do is one of you is going to lie down on the mat. Either one of you of your group. Okay, either one of you lie down on the mat. You two are partners, one of you lie down on the mat. Okay, now what we are going to do is, there you go. We're going to put the leg up, we're going to keep it until the partner says that it's pressing, you feel this? Okay, now once you feel it, you'll feel it in the back of the leg, which is what I do. Okay, and hold that for 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, we go for the other leg. Okay. So ask your partner when it starts to stretch, because usually people have their own levels. The more you do it, the more flexible it's going to become. Stretching that. Almost there, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
Welcome to the Capital Breakfast Show. My name is Robin Jones, and we are currently giving away tickets to the Masters of Wealth, hosted by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, the show in Johannesburg will be held at the Sandton Convention Centre on the 24th of July, as well as in Durban at the ICC on the 29th of July, and then in Cape Town on the 1st of August at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. Now, if you would like to win a pair of these tickets, you can simply drop us an email at tcb@junto.co.za with your name and your preferred city that you'd like to attend the seminar at, as well as like our Facebook page, The Capital Breakfast, and send us a message on there, or simply send us a tweet at TCB20. Thank you. And that was Fitness at the 212 Fitness Center with Grant Handley. We definitely hope that you enjoyed that segment and that you are ready to kickstart this day, because we definitely do enjoy the fitness segment here in studio.
No. From a fitness session to an interview that Robin did with Thelma about art, let's take a look at how that went. Enjoy.
Good morning and welcome to the Capital Breakfast Show with myself, Robin Jones. We have an amazing guest here today. Her name is Thelma van Rensburg and she's an artist. Good morning, Thelma. How are you?
Good morning. Fine, thanks.
I'm doing great, thanks, Thelma. Would you like to explain to our guests, or rather tell them, who you are and where you're from and what you do?
Okay, I don't want to tell too long a story. I was born in Pretoria, and we moved to Imalahleni or Witbank when I was 3, and I went to school there, and never primary school I really loved drawing, but when I went to high school where they didn't have any art classes.
Yeah.
And after school I came to Pretoria and I studied physical education, which doesn't have anything to do with art.
Yeah, it's different.
And I also studied an honours in psychology. And then lots of things happened. I was a salesperson. I went overseas and worked in Taiwan and Korea. And when I came back, I think the cultural thing that I experienced there and the change that I experienced there changed a lot of my thinking, and that's when I decided. I got married, and that's when I decided to go and study art full time.
That's very interesting. I mean, you studied something different to what your passion really was, which was art. And I'd like to know from that, where does your inspiration from art come from, and what type of art do you do?
Well, since I started doing art in 2003, my inspiration has always been woman and the female form, because obviously I'm a woman myself, so the best is to draw from your own experiences. And that's why, especially because women through the centuries has been so suppressed in not just how they move and look and that they always have to be beautiful and slim.
Yes.
And so those are all things that helped me, to shape my work. And still today, which is since 2003, I'm still only painting female figures.
So basically your art is basically to inspire women and motivate them, so that's how your main focus goes.
Yes, I want to subvert the idealized form that's portrayed in the media. I mean, if you open a magazine, every girl has a blemishless face, and it's all photoshopped, every little roll and wrinkle, and that's not what normal women look like.
True. I mean, you just try to bring out the true form of a woman and not how she's supposed to look like through the image of these magazines.
Yeah, a real live person, not just a two-dimensional something to look at.
I understand. And would you tell our viewers more or less the type of art that you do?
I've changed my art. Has changed a lot since I started. When I started painting with oils and acrylics. And then I went to Tshwane University of Technology, and there I did lots of different things, drawing and that kind of thing. And then I actually went into digital art when I stopped studying at Tshwane University. I did digital art for 2 or more years, and I didn't do much painting. I did drawings. Then I decided I wanted to do a master's. I wanted to do my master's, so I decided to apply to the University of Pretoria.
Wow.
And I did an honours year, 2013.
Yes.
And then my art, the way I do the medium I use changed. I started using ink because it feels freer.
Yes.
And then it's also kind of uncontrollable in some ways. So you lose that control where you trying to be perfect. And that's also why I do the female figures in the ink, because it started to blotch and it runs and
okay, makes sense.
Yes.
And it's not as perfect as people think women are.
Yes.
But it's more like natural.
Exactly, yeah.
I understand. And I'd like to know, 10 years from now, where do you see your art going from there?
That's quite a difficult question. I always wanted to do residencies, but it's hard for somebody a little older to get in there.
Yes.
But I'm trying to. And I'd love to have my art be more established overseas.
Okay.
I've had a lot of interest in my art from overseas, but it's just so expensive to exhibit there. It's
I can
almost
imagine.
impossible, and the rand is just getting worse.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to view your art 10 years from now in an art gallery in New York and Paris.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I'd like to know, I know that you get your inspiration from somewhere, but did your skill come about from a young age, or is it something you grew into?
I had talents from a young age. But talent is is almost like 1% talent and 99% work. So I had to practice a lot, lots and lots of drawing. I still do drawing classes with Carl Jeppe, which is an amazing teacher.
Yes.
He taught for years at Tshwane University of Technology. So I'm still doing drawing classes with him. So because you constantly have to develop your skill and practice your skill.
Yes, I understand. They say in order to perfect your skill, you need to practice more.
That's right. You have to do it every day.
Definitely.
That's what an artist has to do. There's no such thing as inspiration. When the inspiration strikes,
I agree.
You have to go through when you feel bad, when you feel guilt, when you feel down, when you feel up. Through all of those emotions and things.
I agree with you. And for our viewers at home, if they'd like to view your art, to see your art, or contact you, how could they get a hold of you? Or
all of my information is on art.co.za /Thelma van Rensburg. There you can find my CV and writings about my work and videos and lots of images. And also on my Facebook page, which is for my art, is Selma van Rensburg /visual artist. And I post there almost weekly. I post work and information, lots of information on art from overseas, all the things that inspire me and artists that inspire me. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming onto the show, Thelma. It was lovely having you here.
It was lovely being here.
No problem. That was Thelma van Rensburg. Thank you so much. And we hope you viewers at home enjoyed that segment. And if you'd like to contact us, you can simply drop us an email at tcb@junto.co.za or simply like our Facebook page, The Capital Breakfast, or drop us a couple of characters on Twitter at TCB20. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Well, thank you very much, Robin, for that interview with Thelma. I have to say, when you look at women and how they try and, or should I say you guys, try and inspire each other, art is a very nice way to actually go about it, I have to say. It looks very relaxing, and it's always nice to see females doing it for themselves.
Definitely, and I mean, the way Thelma's art was inspiring, it's definitely an inspiration to us, because we always tend to think that we're not perfect enough, or we always want to reform this or do that.
Okay.
And what she does is basically free drawing art with ink, and you know, with that, it's not always perfect. And
that's true.
she likes to do female figures, so that definitely inspires like us females to show that we aren't always perfect, but you know, we're perfect in our own way.
Oh, that's very well put.
That was a very nice interview with Thelma. Thank you very much for joining us here in studio. And moving along next on to an interview with Nicola from African Queen. Please do enjoy.
Good morning, welcome to the Capital Breakfast Show. You know your girl Takarani Batugera. And then today I have one of the most important fashion designer, the gorgeous and talented Nicola. How are you, Nicola?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So please tell me a bit about yourself.
Okay, I am what you would call a serial entrepreneur. So first and foremost, I absolutely adore business.
You adore business.
I love it. Okay, I find it exciting. It's what sort of motivates me to get up in the morning. And I've been, especially when it gets involved with design, anything to do with design, and that can be housing, clothing, fashion. I'm particularly passionate about fashion, decor, handbags, as most women are. So yeah, so that's, I would say, and I'm also a mother of three. I've got much older children of sort of 33 down to 24, 33 to 23, and also a wife, and yes, just passionate about South Africa.
Excellent, excellent. So I understand your fashion line is called African Queen.
That's it, African Queen.
What is the story behind the name?
Okay,
Like, why chose
so
it?
about 9 years ago, my husband and I own a publishing business together, and he decided to try and fire me, which, you know, happens on a regular basis.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then I sort of thought, you know, I said to him, well, then, you know what, I actually wouldn't mind starting out my fashion label again. I'd been in fashion for many years, been on Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. I had a very successful line where I did all the Miss South Africa competitions, etc., back in the day. And I said, you know, I'm really missing that, and I really feel that I would like to make a contribution to the country, and I would like to take men and women and actually train them in the art of handbag making first and foremost, and then secondly, clothing. Well, anyway, that was 8 years ago, and was driving down Jan Smuts Avenue one day in Johannesburg and saw a to let sign, stopped the car, had a meeting with the landlord that night, and before I knew it, I was opening a shop 3 weeks later.
Okay.
So that was the first shop that we actually opened. So yeah, that's how we kind of began, and we haven't really looked back.
Wow,
Yeah.
impressive.
Thank you.
So I understand that you do handbags, clothing, housing, and all that. How can you describe your style, like your design and all that?
But I'd like to say, you know, one of the reasons I decided to go back into clothing specifically was because you know, as I got older, I have to say I packed on a few kilos. Not that my clothing is for larger ladies, but I really battled to find what I called elegant and chic clothing for women that are maybe have the odd curve. you know, that aren't a size 24.
Exactly.
You know, and I just thought, especially as African women, we are not the, you know, Chinese ladies that are absolutely tiny. We're just not. And a lot of the clothing was coming in from China, and absolutely for midgets, in my opinion, you know. And so we didn't fit into it. And every time I went shopping, I'd come home with another piece of makeup because nothing fitted me. It didn't look good on me, let's put it that way. So I thought, no, I'm going to actually try and design a range which is absolutely uber chic still, because I don't want to look like a frumpy dumpy.
Yeah.
And
you need
I
quality.
want to look chic, but slightly edgy. And I want people to notice what I look like and be a little bit different. So I think we're chic. I think we are have a slight classic line, but I think we're just a little wild as well, which makes it quite fun.
I like the wild part.
Yeah.
So is this you?
Yes, it is. Yes, this is one of our latest ones. It's about to go into our store this week, actually.
Okay.
We've also started importing all our own fabrics. We go abroad now to bring in all our own fabrics so that we can have exclusivity on our own fabrics. As you know, South African, we don't really make many fabrics other than shwe. And, you know, shwe isn't that great for draping or stretch fabric. Well, you know, you need stretch fabrics, and we do a lot in stretch and chiffons and that type of stuff. Yeah.
So the necklace, I'm very
the necklace.
interested in
Yeah,
knowing
the
what is-
necklace. Okay, so these there's the name fails me. There's a lovely lady that actually makes these, and she does them with all different things from, you know, the gospel singers. This is Madiba. This is my favorite.
Okay.
We're not allowed to sell these anymore, apparently, because of the place. But anyway, I had this one. This is a vintage one. So, but we even do things like Lucky Star and all that, you know, and all different sort of things. And they're made with pewter and silver. And we also sell them in our stores as an accessory.
Okay, so tell me, you know how it is. Have you ever dealt with a difficult customer? Like maybe if you faced some challenges when you're designing and all that, and then how did you overcome it?
Okay, so the nature of retail, okay, is that you're always going to get the odd lady that is difficult. But having said that, I'd really like to put a spin on the positive rather. Probably for every 200 clients, we might have one awkward one. And then we deal with it as best we can. And sometimes, you know, you can bend over sort of backwards and you're still not going to please that person. So, because maybe they're not a happy person.
Yeah.
But wherever we can, if it's an error on, you know, on our behalf or whatever, we will always try and sort something out for the client. So we don't really have, I don't believe, many unhappy clients at all.
Yeah. So you only design for ladies, not men?
Not for men, but having said that, we've just been asked to do men's shirts, in fact. So it's all about sourcing the fabrics.
Yeah.
So if we can source the fabrics, we will definitely start making those as well. Because we have our own little factory in centre of Joburg.
Okay.
So, you know, we can pull ladies on and off stuff as quickly as we need to. So if we find the right fabrics, I think we're going to do some men's shirts as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So what has been the highlight of your career so far?
Okay, so there's a few things actually. I was nominated as Ernst & Young Social Entrepreneur of the Year. I was in the final four. I didn't win, unfortunately. I wish I had it.
No, but
But
the
I was
fact
up
that you
against-
went in.
Funny enough, I was up against very big corporates at the time, so I was the only small little person in the whole thing. And then I was nominated the 10,000 Women program with Gibbs and Goldman Sachs, which I completed and graduated from last year, which
go,
was
girl.
very exciting. I have to say.
Like seriously, you are rocking.
And
You
then
seem-
the other thing I think for me is, you know, I've always had this sort of saying when I dress somebody. I say, if I dress you, if you allow me to, if you don't get a compliment, please phone me the next day.
Oh my God.
And they always say, you know what, Nikki, but by 10 o'clock we've had 4 compliments on what we look like. And so I think when I get that kind of feedback, and we get feedback from women saying, you know, you've actually changed my life. People stop me in the street and ask me, wow, you know, gosh, you look beautiful. Where did you get that from, or whatever? You look stunning today. I love that. I think that to me is an achievement, to make women look beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, do you have any dream project? If, let's say, for an example, money was no restriction.
Well, you know, like Ralph Lauren or Donna Karan or one of those. I'd love to go worldwide. I mean, who wouldn't? But I mean, that's a very big challenge. I would actually at this stage, though, just like to increase my footprint in South Africa and increase my footprint throughout Africa. Because, as I said, I have designed specifically for what I call African women specifically. So, yeah, I would like to do that, I think, first and foremost. Yeah.
how do you give back to the community?
Okay, so when we first started our business, we fed just thousands of orphans. I mean, I can't even remember, but I think it was something like between 30 and 60,000 meals we actually donated.
Okay.
However, you know, one decided that as you needed to expand, one needs cash.
Exactly.
Okay, so then I thought, no, hold on a second. I would rather actually try and expand the business and open more retail stores, which inevitably would give more people jobs, which then ultimately would make more money, so that we could start giving back again in that regard. So we've done a lot of training. My big thing is taking women, you know, they start off as a shop assistant, they work their way up to manager, then they manage my factory or whatever. You know, I like to take women and actually develop them and help them increase their skills and get them to a better level.
That's a very good thing you're doing right there. So what advice can you give upcoming designers?
I think, you know, you've also got to have a look and not be too crazy, because a lot of the young designers that come and see me that want like a job or whatever, they feel that they want to put a feather sticking out the top of your head, or, you know, maybe one funny arm sticking out here, or... And it, you know, unfortunately, it just doesn't sell really. It might sell to one person, but if you're going to have to try and keep a range going, you are going to have to make stuff that, yes, have your wildness in it, but just also bear in mind that, you know, people have to work and go out and whatever, and that's how you're going to make your money. It's got to be slightly commercial, so that it suits most people, rather than just the one person that might put a feather on top of their head. Yeah, so that's what I would say it would be.
Excellent. So if people are interested in your service, how can they contact you?
Oh, okay. So you can contact us either on my personal email, which is for the company, which is Nicola, Nicola, at africanqueen.co.za, or visit any of our stores. We've got a store in Brooklyn Mall called African Queen. We're opening now actually in Bryanston Shopping Centre in Bryanston called African Queen. And we also have a store in the parks in Johannesburg on Jan Smuts Avenue in Parkwood called African Queen, or alternatively on our Facebook page, which is capital A for African, with African, and then Q, capital Q for Queen, capital ZA. And we've got quite a nice Facebook page where we put all our latest comings and goings and sales, etc. Thank you.
Excellent. It's been a pleasure having you on our show.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely being here. Thank you.
Wonderful. There you have it, my darling. If you want to look good and presentable, do not hesitate to contact Nicola. Stay tuned on the TCB for more exciting programs.
And that was Nicola from African Queen sharing with us her amazing designs and how she gives back to the community. I mean, she's very, very talented and her work is amazing.
Yes, well, from actually taking your work and managing to actually give back to your community, you have to be inspiring a lot of people, because, I mean, when it comes to youngsters looking up to grown people who do give back to the community, when you find a person who's not exactly out there making millions, but they're still able to give back to their own community, I mean, I have to say, it strengthens wherever you have to be at the
Definitely, and she's happy with what she does, and
no, yes, she
finds joy out of that, and that brings her more creativity.
Well, staying with creativity, we'll be having a talk with Neo about the Dress Jersey Walk. Do enjoy our next segment.
Hi guys, my name is Mai. You know the drill by now. You still tune into your favorite breakfast show right on Tshwane TV, the Capital Breakfast. And next to me, I'm joined by Neo Kwaho, who is the founder of Dress Jersey Work. How are you doing?
I'm well, and you?
I'm good, thanks. Can you please tell our viewers about yourself?
Well, I'm Neo Kwaho, as you've already mentioned. Born and raised in Soweto, spent a lot of time in Pretoria, studied software engineering. Lucrative job in IT. I've worked for various companies. I will not mention them and give them free advertising. But essentially, one day I quit to start something more meaningful with my life, which was development of young people. And in the process, I'm a problem solver by nature and by training as well. I've been solving problems. So currently, you can define me as a problem solver, a social problem solver. So I identify problems and I come up with a solution. And one of those solutions is the Dress Jersey Walk.
Talking about Dress Jersey Work, the name, Dress Josie Work. What is the initiative about?
Well, it's essentially a charity event which we hold every year. We've been hosting it for the last couple of years. You can say we've got over 3 years doing it. And essentially the event is about going to those people that are living on the streets, that do not have the means to be warm, to have access to a shelter, or they are not on any particular database. A lot of times when initiatives are done, it's regarding charity events or making a difference. These initiatives tend to go to people that are living within shelters or are in some kind of a structure. But those people that normally come to you, knocking on the side of the robot on your window, most of the time they are not in any shelter, they are not in any structure, and they are not on any database. You find those people, they sleep under bridges, street corners, corner shops, you know, and these people range from young kids to men to women to mothers to babies to children. And most of the time, charity events tend to forget these people. So what we did as the YDD team, which is the name of the company, our company that came up with this entire concept, all right, is we go on a drive before the month of June, because that's when it's really cold. And we mobilize and we communicate with young people all over Gauteng to collect warm clothing wherever they are, food items, and blankets, and anything else really that they would like to contribute towards the lives of these people, so that at least somebody will be warm. You never know, you might save a newborn child. And we collect these clothes. We all meet on a particular Saturday in June, and we walk the streets of Joburg. We literally march carrying these clothes, going from bridge, corner shop, pavement, where we know that most of the time these people sleep here, and we hand out these warm clothing. And we walk, you know, you just come on the day and you walk with us, and it's a big spectacle. And what we do is we take time to engage with the people on the street. It's not just, here you go, bye-bye. No, we'd like to try and understand, how does one end up here? And the idea is the Dress Josie Walk is an action that encourages a change of mind in the participant. As one that comes to the Dress Josie Walk, maybe that day you are feeling like, but my mom does not love me. She did not want to buy me a Cavella. She only bought me this other cheap shoe. But the minute you take a walk and you see that there's somebody who would kill to have your pair of shoes.
And you end up appreciating the little things that your parents do for you. I can see the passion in your eyes, and when you talk about it, now you're taking me back, I'm getting emotional. You left your job, lucrative job in IT.
Yeah.
And you went to, it's like an NGO.
It is supposed to be an NGO. The Dress Josie Walk, yes, it is an initiative around charity. But you must understand that I am from a world that says to me, or that says, Neo, enough with the begging bowl, enough with siakela. So whatever initiative that we come up with as YDD, we try to make it self-sustaining. You understand? So that it does not become donor dependent. Just because the big company that used to sponsor is saying, we won't sponsor you this year, we don't want the entire initiative to fail because some company decided to pull out. The initiative is not about the company. The initiative is about the people that we're trying to serve, the people that are living on the streets, and it's also about the young people all over Gauteng that collect these items and they come to give of themselves that day. We need to be able to live up to their expectations, because you know what? After we take the walk, because our company is associated with opportunity, bringing opportunities to young people, be it from internships to learnerships to bursaries to business support. After the walk and after engaging with the homeless, we go and we meet at the central meeting location where the walk started. And by the time we get there, we have organized that opportunity providers be present with their stalls. So opportunity providers, I'm including companies or institutions that normally deal with internships, deal with bursaries, deal with learnerships, they deal with business support. They would normally have their stalls there. Now, the young person that has taken part in the walk, his mind after the walk is now a different mind. It wants to take advantage of whatever little opportunity that is there. So when they come back, they know that, you know what, I have to make something with my life so that I can come back and make an even bigger difference to the people that are living on the streets. Because at the end of the day, better is the hand that gives.
That gives, and then the one that receives.
Than the one that receives. But I'd like to extend it a bit further. It's even better when you teach someone to create and feed themselves. So that's the engagement part of the Dress Josie walk, whereby through engagements with some of these people on the streets, I'll cite you an example. Last year or 2 years back when we went on the walk and the march, we came across a qualified pilot living and sleeping on the streets. Nothing, qualified pilot. And they tell me that South Africa has a shortage of black pilots. And there's a qualified pilot that was staying and living on the streets. His only crime was that he was not from South Africa, he was from Lesotho. Do you understand what we say? And because the Dress Josie walk is attended by young people, professionals, business people, we are able to tap amongst those people, because during that networking session after the walk, then we will say, all right, who has a connection? This person is a qualified pilot. Can you do something? I'll give you one beautiful story. The first time that we ran the Dress Josie walk, we came across a young lady and her family. They lived under a bridge. All right? Now, you can imagine as a young lady who lives under those conditions, a young girl, a school child, all right? She was in matric. So under those conditions, with whatever she could be going through on the streets, you can imagine the pressures, the challenges, sometimes the things that you have to do in order to have today's meal or the night's meal. I won't even mention those things, but you can only imagine. But she had managed to stay in school and get all the way up to matric. Now, the time we came across her, her biggest worry was that she might not be able to write her matric exams. Why? Because she does not have an ID, nor does she have the means, nor does she have the paperwork that is required for her to be able to acquire an ID or apply for an ID. And because now in the Dress Josie Walk initiative, remember I said we attract professionals, people of different industries, and luckily amongst that collection of the participants, there was a person that used to work for the Department of Home Affairs, and he was able to start the facilitation. And eventually, we managed to get this young lady an ID document, and she was able to write her matric. Needless to tell you that today, she works and looks after her family.
Wow, you know what? I'm in awe. I have never in my life for 4 years interviewed someone so... I feel like I'm not interviewing you, you are schooling me. I'm at school. And I pledged today in front of everyone that I'm going to participate in Dress Josie work, and I'm not going to go there empty-handed. I don't know what I'm going to bring, but I'm definitely bringing friends, and we're definitely bringing something. So to the people at home who wants to be part of this, you know what, Neo? I'm in awe.
Well.
I'm honestly in awe. To people who want to be part of this, but then give their 2 cents, give their 50 cents to make sure that when you guys do this event again next year in June, it's bigger and better, and you guys are able to help more people. Where do they get a hold of you guys?
It's very easy, really. Number one, we've got a website, all right? And our website, it's www.ydidi.co.za. Now, how do you spell Ydidi? That's Y-D-I-D-I. And in case you forget, always ask yourself, why did I?
Why did I?
You see, that spells out Ydidi.
Oh, wow.
Do you see that?
Why did I?
Exactly. So that's our website, ydidi.co.za.
Yes.
All right? And then we are on Twitter. All right? And on Twitter, it's at @ydidi_world. All right? And we are also on Facebook. Same thing. Just look for Ydidi. All right, and you should be able to find us. And we've got a telephone number you can call us on, obviously during office hours, Pella, how we have to go and sleep after, you know,
relax.
and relax a little bit, you know. But our office line is 011 772 09 652. And the Dress Josie email, it's dressjosie@ydidi.co.za. And the easiest way really when you're online and you forget all of this stuff, just look up hashtag Dress Josie Walk.
Dress Josie Walk.
You know, it's actually a walk that we take. So Dress Josie Walk, hashtag Dress Josie Walk. And you are able to find us. You can Google, you'll find videos of the previous events that we've done. You'll find testimonials, you'll find stories around this. And really, they will get your heart pumping.
My heart is pumping right now. Thank you so much, Neo. And I've never shook someone's hand in an interview. And God bless you. And may a lot of people just come in and invest. And hopefully when I become a millionaire, I'm going to invest in the dress.
You know what we will do? We will empower the homeless people to such a level that by the time you come with your business, they will invest in your business. How about that?
In my face. Thank you so much. That's what we had for you today. My name is Maya. For now, thank you very much. You're still tuning into the TCB Radio on 20 TV. For now, let's go back to studio. Thank you.
Welcome to the Capital Breakfast Show. My name is Robin Jones, and we are currently giving away tickets to the Masters of Wealth, hosted by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, the show in Johannesburg will be held at the Sandton Convention Center on the 24th of July, as well as in Durban at the ICC on the 29th of July, and then in Cape Town on the 1st of August at the Cape Town International Convention Center. Now, if you would like to win a pair of these tickets, you can simply drop us an email at tcb@junto.co.za with your name and your preferred city that you'd like to attend the seminar at, as well as like our Facebook page, The Capital Breakfast, and send us a message on there, or simply send us a tweet at TCB20. Thank you.
A very big thank you to Maya for interviewing Neo, who seems to be very informed about his Dress Josie Walk. I mean, having somebody that informed, and like me, I'm a total stranger to all of this, and now he's actually managed to feed my mind as to what it is that he's actually involved in. I'm thankful for that.
Definitely, and I mean, the emotions he brings throughout the interview, I mean, you can see that he's very passionate about his job, and it's very nice to have someone like that in the community. And if the public would like to help out with his initiative, please do contact him. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. It's definitely not the end of the show. We will be back tomorrow. But if you'd like to contact us, you can simply drop us an email at tcb@junto.co.za. But that is not the only way that you can contact us.
Oh no, that is not the only way that you can contact us. You can simply like our Facebook page, The Capital Breakfast, or drop us a few characters on our Twitter handle at TCB20. From us here in studio, I hope you have an amazing Wednesday morning. Cheers.
Goodbye.